So speaking of regimes, I don't know. That's a good segue. The State of the Union address was last night. I did watch it. You're telling me before we got on, you looked at highlights or whatever. So
Yeah, I caught the reactions and the clips and the
there we
podcasts about the State of the Union.
go. I am the kind of person I enjoy a good speech.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so I mean, going back to when I was undergrad and I took classes in rhetorical theory and stuff like that. So like, I'm serious. Like,
yeah.
I enjoy watching Nixon's checkers speech.
Oh yeah.
Well, it should not, the content of that. No, like he shouldn't have wiggled out of things. Clearly, like look what happened later,
So
Or
your faith in our political system has been restored after last night's speech, I take it.
no, I wouldn't say that, but I wanted to see how Biden did, and I just kind of, I don't know, wanted to see how it went. I don't at all intend here to get caught up in political issues or anything like that, but um, at the level of giving a good speech, I think you did a good job. I give them some props strategically because I have the feeling that they were intentionally goading people into booing him so that he could
Yeah.
respond to hecklers. Like I actually think, and when he was responding to hecklers, it was like he's sharp, he's tough. So there was that, and then the response. I have to say something about Katie Britt's response. Did you watch this? I mean,
I have also seen clips of this. I know exactly where you're going.
I almost don't know the clips are sufficient because there's such like tonal whiplash between her being smiling and kind to all of a sudden going like everyone's going to die. You're like, what are we doing? And then, like she's like it was
I I uh I was listening to a recap podcast and they said we have been a part of this is a group of people that used to work in the White House. We've been a part of these for a number of years and we have never seen a response quite like this. I mean just
I thought it was campy. That was the
yeah.
first thing I get. A couple of things I saw on social media. I can't decide what my favorite was. One of them was comparing it to the student overacting in season one of Barry, who's told to take it down from 11 to 7. So I have like this acting student energy.
There you go. There you
But the quip I enjoyed the most probably was someone who asked, why is Katie Britt about to let me know about a once in a lifetime opportunity to become my own boss?
go.
Just had that kind of energy. It was again not getting into the substance of what's
No.
being discussed. So it just as a TV viewing experience, I found it really weird. And then there's also a bunch of stuff about like she's supposed to be at her kitchen table and it kind of looked like a Zoom background. And they put out some other pictures today where it looks like maybe it's a fabricated set and
Yeah.
there's nothing in the kitchen except a tea kettle.
Apparently, somebody, I would need to verify this, but apparently someone from the New York Times put out on social media that, the Republican machine was putting out quotes about the speech before she even gave it, like, oh, it's the best speech I've ever heard. It's the modern equivalent of Reagan City on a Hill speech, all this stuff before
Really?
she even gave it.
Well, maybe they read the speech.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's what I say to people. If you want to be a part of this conversation, you can't read that one. You got to watch it because
Not at all.
that's the level where you're like, whoa. Um, but the responses are always
Yeah.
weird and
They are.
bad.
They are.
It feels like they always
It's
are.
a weird tradition. It's odd that they happen. They're often written well in advance of us, the understanding what the content of the speech is. So, you
And
know,
it's always like we're going to get some rising star of the opposition party
mhm.
who gives the response to the State of the Union and it torpedoes their career and you never hear about them again.
Yep.
Is
Yep.
like if you're an aspiring politician and they ask you to do this, my advice is decline.
Yeah. Decline.
Just don't.
Remember Cory Booker was supposed to be the savior of the Democratic Party a few years ago? Well, he did it.
Uh-huh. No, there's any like Bobby Jindal.
Yep.
There was also one year where I think the Democrat was like some Kennedy whose name I don't remember, some young Kennedy. You know what I mean? And they're like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
right? Oh, yeah, he's gone. Can't even
Gone.
remember his name."
Oh,
Um, ah,
all right. That's what I, yeah. I guess let's just be happy that only happens once a year.